Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I love carbs. So today I just want to be talking about something that I found on YouTube that I thought was very interesting. And no, it's not got to do anything with the vegan circle and the vegan social thing going on at the moment, or the hot topic at the moment, but something that really made me laugh, and it's this advert. So have a look at this advert and we'll chat about it in a minute.
Mom, can we have some chicken nuggets?
Oh dear, that's put Sarah in a spin. Because she's heard they're made from all sorts of chickeny bits. She's not really sure what to believe. This is Rosie. She's a food tech teacher and mum.
Hi.
Oh, hello. When it comes to food, Rosie knows what's what. She knows what 100% chicken breast meat looks like and what it tastes like. So, now Sarah knows what goes into our McNuggets. Everyone is happy.
So the advert I find quite comical, right? Because it's starting to shut down the conscious mind. Those people who are out there starting to question what goes into their food, what are they eating, and how it affects their bodies, how it affects their children, especially when the kid asks, please, nuggets, please. The parent is now deciding, good grief, is this good or is this bad? I need to find out, what is my children eating? And so the advert goes, oh, she's hitting the net. And the source of information that you can find out about everything is on the internet. If you want to learn how to do something, get on the internet. If you want to learn how to make videos, you want to play guitar, build websites, play games, just do anything, internet, 100%. It's a full resource. So it's easy to find out how food is made on the internet, because a lot of people will go into these situations, and even for training videos are on there on how these things are made. But it's starting to shut down the conscious mind of those people who are questioning what goes into their food by having this person, Rosie, who is a know-it-all. I'm not saying it in a bad way, but she's a food tech teacher, and I have nothing against food tech teachers. In fact, I think they're absolutely great. But this advert utilizes a food tech teacher to put you in the frame of mind that, hey, wait a minute, this person actually knows what they're talking about. They've done a lot of study. They work with kids. So yeah, we got to have a little bit of trust with that. Second of all, that Rosie has kids of their own. So therefore, it has a mothering, nurture, and instinct. So it's a double whammy in your psyche. It's double whammy. So she's always looking out for the best for her kids. All right, here's the part that really made me laugh. Just because a message is implied does not mean that it is true. However, McDonald's was really clever in saying that, their McNuggets are real chicken. In fact, yes, it is real chicken, but other things go in there as well. All right, all they do is say she knows what it looks like and she knows what it tastes like. Nowhere it doesn't say that it's actually in their nuggets, which leads a person to a false sense of security, and I think really bad advertising if someone can see through that kind of advertising. Really bad. It leads us into a false sense of security that, hey, wait a minute, there is actual, good chicken meat, and you can actually see the chicken meat in a nugget. Now, the only fast food chain that I've seen that actually really has striated muscles that you can actually see as physical chicken meat in the nuggets is, of course, KFC. All right? But I'm not saying that it's good either, because they still get processed. They still get put through, high amounts of salts, fat. They get fried, they get processed, they get stored, and it's just one concoction of built up toxins over time, and that is really starting to be a dangerous thing, right? So this next little clip I'm going to show you shows you just exactly how what really goes into a McNugget, and or any chicken nugget for that matter. So let's watch this clip.
Today on How Do They Make It? Chicken nuggets. This chicken product, invented in the 1950s, is a staple for snack-sized foods at many of your favorite fast food restaurants. But how do the food companies make these delicious, fun-sized snacks? Production starts here, at a normal chicken farm. Farmers raise only the best and healthiest chickens to be selected for the next step of the chicken nugget process. The top animals are taken to a grinder, not unlike a wood chipper, to be pulverized into a... Jesus Christ, really? Pulverized? Alright, fine. The chickens are thrown into a grinder feet first to ensure that they're the juiciest meat. The resulting chum is tossed into a large mixer of sharpened blades. They grind the bone until it is unnoticeable, where it is ground into a thick paste. The moistened paste is squeezed into another contraption which softens the paste into a gelatinous meat putty. When all this is done, the putty is pink, tasteless, and resembles a chunky blood. That's when the samples are taken to a lab, where they are blended. The samples are taken to a lab where they are blended with artificial colors and flavor. Okay, oh god. Oh god, what's that? It's on my mic. It's on my mic. I got it on my mic.
Alright, so the clip is very interesting and quite comical how the guy reacts to just how chicken nuggets are made, whether it be... Anyway, you gotta understand that we are continually, in adverts, we are continually sold lies. Some of it is truth, but some of it is implied truth. And we need to be very careful of what we actually choose to do. So therefore, do the right thing. Question, question, question. Don't shut down your conscious mind. Don't be a zombie about the food choices that you make, especially processed food. Don't be a zombie about that. All right? But I find it really, really disturbing that all companies involved in the food chain process, from bringing it from farm to our hands, they're all in it for the money, 100%. There's nobody who's passionate about making the best chicken and say, well, don't worry, we'll cut a little bit of, we'll give you half price for the best chicken. There's no one like that will do that. All right. So the farmer is there to increase profits, right? So they would have free range. Now, the definition of free range is 20,000 chickens in a barn. Free range means not caged, so they're allowed to roam around in a barn, pretty much the size of 2 school halls, and which is not really that big. To have 20,000 chickens in there with no sunlight, no fresh air, no access to good water, no access to good food. All right, they're just in this room, in this barn, for 47, 48, whatever days, and then they are just picked up and hits the processing plants. Now the processing plants, whether it be McDonald's or whether it be outsourced to other companies, they are also wanting to make money. They are also there to pay their workers. They are there to pay themselves. They are there to keep the business running, and they will find the best means possible to make a profit for themselves, because McDonald's or corporations like McDonald's won't necessarily pay big money, because that means the margin that they put up on their side has to go up, which means the consumer won't buy them because they're too expensive. All right. So even the processing plants are in it for the cash. And thirdly, the end chain is the fast food companies that actually sell the food. They are there in it for the money. They are there in it for the profit, and they will find the best way to maximize their profit at to a point where we begin to think, that's okay, it's affordable. Anyway, past that line, then they're doing something wrong in their supply chain. And it just shocks me that advert is really out to take down the conscious-minded people of those who are questioning what they're eating and who want to start to live a healthy life. And the healthy life is to stay away from processed foods, to stay away from meat, to stay away from all animals. Not only is it unhealthy for us, it's unethical when we treat chickens like that in concentrated forms, and they're just picked up and scooped, no care, no consideration whatsoever, whether they are diseased or whether they are, the legs are broken, or they're just having a rough time, or if they got flu, salmonella, whatever. Without a care that they are picked up and they're pushed through a processing plant. And that's unethical. That's not really how we are supposed to treat our friend in feathers, It's not the way. We go bird watching, and, if you shoot a hawk, or people go mental. But if you shoot a chicken, people are like, oh, fair enough. What's the difference? All right? They both have wings. They both lay eggs. They both, one can fly well. The other one can't fly because it's been stuck in a shed its whole life. I think that's what's the difference? There's no difference. It's unethical. It's environmentally unsafe. The amount of food needed to feed chickens to the point where they grow that big in such a short space of time, and these barns are rotated. As soon as one batch of chickens are out, are the next with the new chicks, and boom, more feed, and the conditions of those barns aren't the best. There's no one that can come in there and clean the floors for the chickens. No, they're just walking around up on their own poop, their feathers, and their maggots are in the poop, and their own urine and things like that. Nobody wants that in their chicken, but that all gets scooped up, apparently washed, but it just leads to disease and a chicken's bad life. So environmentally, it's unsound. If you have to find food for all these chickens, you have to find sanitation for all these chickens. The water has to go somewhere, and if it seeps into the ground, it seeps into the ground. But we need to think, is it the best decision for us to have processed foods like that, especially meat processed foods, where everything gets turned into mush into a vat, spat out into little shapes, and we feed it to kids. We feed the stuff to kids. We put it in a box saying Happy Meal. Did you see how happy that kid was in the advert? Happy Meal. Yay, I'm having dead mashed up chickens. I'm such a happy little boy, and my mum is so proud that she's feeding me the right type of food. Happy days. Well, we are not loving it, McDonald's, and stop treating the consumer like idiots. If we decide to question truth, if we decide to question food processors, then it's up to us. Don't dupe us, don't scam us, and don't call us stupid, because we are not stupid. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I do know this video's gone on a bit, but I guess it just has to be said, and it's laughable, but it just has to be said that companies like this just want to separate you from your money, and that is the truth. That is the truth. All right, so stay aware, stay conscious, and question the truth. So have a good evening, guys.